Digital sex crimes are rampant in South Korea, with women being the most affected on a daily basis. These crimes profoundly impact the daily lives of women and girls, making them feel unsafe in public spaces, on transportation, and while using toilets. This creates an environment of fear and distrust, significantly affecting the freedom and quality of life for women and girls in South Korea. The Burning Sun scandal resurfaced as a trending topic on social media after the BBC released a documentary, exposing the grim and disturbing truths behind a well-known club, and the famous celebrities involved in one of the most atrocious crimes in South Korea's history. The scandal came to light thanks to two brave journalists and the late K-pop idol Koo Hara, who tirelessly investigated the wickedness committed by these idols. They exposed the horrific truth behind a secret group chat where some K-pop idols illegally filmed the women they sharing the footage with friends while mocking their victims. The illegal filming was just the tip of the iceberg. We advise you to prepare yourself mentally and emotionally, as this case is likely the heaviest and most disgusting one you will ever encounter. No words can perfectly describe how inhumane this is. In September 2016, Park Hyo-sil, a reporter based in Seoul, received a phone call from her editor, who had received a tip-off from a trusted police source. The tip revealed a significant case under investigation involving a high-profile celebrity, Joon-Young, who had secretly recorded a sex video. Park Hyo-sil was the first to report Joon-Young's involvement in the Molka scandal. Within minutes, her story made headlines across South Korea, sparking a media frenzy. After news of Joon-Young's involvement in the Molka scandal broke, his fans quickly accused his girlfriend of lying about the star. They turned on reporter Park Hyo-sil, sending her hate comments and death threats. The threats became so severe that Park's husband advised her to avoid her office and stay home due to safety concerns. But first, let me explain what Molka is. Molka is a term used in South Korea for illegally filmed footage of women that can be used later to humiliate them. There are many places where Molka could happen, such as public changing rooms or toilets, and even within relationships, aiming to ruin lives through distribution. Let's revisit what happened between Joon-Young and his girlfriend. While Young and his girlfriend were having sex at his house, she caught him secretly filming it. Concerned that the video might be distributed, she later reported the incident as Molka. 2 days later, Joon-Young was questioned by the police. During the investigation, he refused to hand over his phone to the police, instead sending it to a private forensics company. If he had given the police his phone, they could have run a forensic test, and any deleted files could have been restored. While the police questioned the K-pop singer, they did not delve much deeper into the case. Instead of examining the phone themselves, they simply asked for a report from the private firm. Even reporter Park stated that the investigation seemed rushed, with the police's intention being to close the case as soon as possible. Later on, a recording was leaked of Joon-Young's lawyer pressuring the forensics lab. Young's girlfriend's legal team advised her to drop the case, telling her that she could receive a harsh sentence for false accusation if there is insufficient evidence. She dropped the case as a result. After the investigation, Joon-Young's agency hastily organized a press conference to clear his name. Subsequently, public opinion portrayed Young as the innocent victim, while the media, his victim, and reporter Park were depicted as villains. During the press conference, Young stated, "I never imagined that what was meant to be a joke between us would become public and evolve into a major scandal. I was mistaken to believe that innocence alone would resolve everything." Park Hyo-sil's harassment from trolls intensified. Park was bombarded with thousands of messages every day. Initially, attacks on reporter Park came in the form of comments and malicious emails from fans, together with men who are calling themselves anti-feminist. After around 6 months, she started receiving calls in the early hours, around 2 a.m., continuing until 5 a.m. When she didn't answer, fans resorted to sending obscene images and profanity via Messenger. Mentally shattered, Park found it difficult to leave her house. During this time, Park was pregnant, and the shock of the attacks, coupled with the mental strain, resulted in 2 miscarriages. Park admitted how hard it was for her, but she didn't give up because she felt that if she did, she would be letting them win. She wanted to ensure that many female journalists like her wouldn't suffer the same damage she went through. It's well known that K-pop idols have some of the most obsessed and fervent fans in the world. These fans often glorify their idols to the extent that they will vehemently defend them by harassing or threatening anyone they perceive as speaking ill of their idols, even when people like reporter Park and the victim are simply trying to spread the truth. It's important to remain self-aware and remember that the public image of idols may differ significantly from their true selves. They are human, subject to flaws and failings, and their actions should never be excused or elevated above moral standards. Throughout this period, Joon-Young believed he was in the clear. The police didn't examine his phone, the public accepted his statements at the press conference, his victim dropped the charges against him, and his fans defended and supported him more than ever, both in Korea and internationally. He gained widespread sympathy and managed to resume his career as an idol unscathed. However, he remained oblivious to the fact that the data from his phone had been carbon copied when he sent it to the private forensics company. 3 years later, someone with access to Joon-Young's data decided to leak the information to the media. SBS Entertainment's reporter Kang Kyung-yoon was one of the individuals who eventually obtained the data. Reporter Kang Kyung-yoon discovered Joon-Young's group chat with his male friends from 2015 to 2016 on the popular South Korean messenger app KakaoTalk. While Kang initially thought the data would include Joon-Young's girlfriend's Molka, it wasn't there. Instead, it opened a Pandora's box of criminal activities involving Young and his other celebrity friends, including Choi Jong-hoon, the lead guitarist of the rock band FT Island, and Seungri, a major star of the K-pop group bigbang. Upon receiving the files, reporter Kang began meticulously sifting through the KakaoTalk messages, uncovering the hidden lives of these celebrity friends. The data starts in late 2015, with Seungri hosting a series of lavish parties to celebrate his birthday. Seungri had invited potential business partners and warned Joon-Young to be on his best behavior, fearing he might find Joon-Young inappropriately engaging with one of the female guests. As Kang continued to explore the messages, she uncovered several videos featuring Joon-Young with women, alongside his famous celebrity friends included in the group chat. In one video, Joon-Young was seen encouraging a girl to drink alcohol with fellow K-pop star, Choi Jong-hoon, who like Joon-Young, had an unhealthy obsession with women. The deeper reporter Kang dug into the group chat, the more disturbing and vile the messages became. Videos and images of women being raped without their knowledge were shared among the group members. The chat was a cesspool of degrading videos and pictures, including a particularly horrendous gang rape involving Joon-Young and Choi Jong-hoon. Kang Kyung-yoon had enough suspicion to believe that these women were completely unaware of being filmed and raped. It puzzled her how these men took such images, who the victims were, and what drove these men to commit such acts. In March 2016, an incident occurred the day before Joon-Young's fan-signing event in Daegu. At a nearby hotel, a woman was raped while she was unconscious. She had been gang-raped by Joon-Young, Choi Jong-hoon, and other friends and members of their group chat who were present. These men, devoid of any remorse, even talked about how the woman was so drunk that she almost cracked her head, treating it as if it were the funniest thing they had ever witnessed. When one of the men wrote in the group chat that it sounded like her skull was cracking, Young replied, "Literally the funniest night of my entire life." Most of their fans are female, but these chats had exposed the real face of these men, who were projecting a gentle image. But those faces weren't simple or plain. They were so disgusting, playing around with women as if they were toys, and incapacitating them to insult them, to loathe them. They were bragging and sniggering about that as if they were trophies. As journalist Kong dug deeper into the group chat, she uncovered why these men thought they were above the law. There are two parts to Joon-Young's chat rooms. In the first section, Joon-Young and his friends discussed sexual violence and shared their disturbing deeds. Meanwhile, the second section hinted at potential police involvement in covering up their crimes. For instance, Choi Jong-hoon had been apprehended for drunk driving, yet a police officer shielded him. In fact, the officer overseeing Choi Jong-hoon's case even extended birthday greetings to him. This revelation raised questions about whether powerful figures within law enforcement were shielding them. Indeed, there was someone with enough influence to shield them, someone identified as the police prosecutor general. Seungri, the megastar of the supergroup Big Bang, was famed for his party lifestyle and styled himself as the Great Gatsby of Korea. With ambitions of becoming the richest man in the country, he began using women as tools to impress wealthy potential investors. In a twisted irony, he struck a lucrative deal to become the face of Tinder in South Korea, earning the nickname Global CEO Seungri, to entice women to download the app in hopes of meeting successful men like him. Despite this, he committed violent acts against women while being the face of a dating app targeting them. Before launching the Burning Sun nightclub, Seungri partnered with a wealthy businessman from the group chat and enlisted the help of his famous friends. Teaming up with Choi Jong-hoon and Joon-Young, they established their own drinking establishment called Mildong Pocha. Within days of its opening, Joon-Young was caught recording Molka on the premises, sharing it through a direct message with another friend. It was during this period, in August 2016, that Joon-Young's phone data abruptly ended. This coincided with Joon-Young's girlfriend filing her initial complaint of Molka, prompting him to submit his phone to the forensic lab. However, the police failed to inspect his messages, ultimately leading to his exoneration. However, given that the police officers are on their side and can be bribed, inspecting the messages seems unlikely to change anything. Seungri harbored grand aspirations, confident that his influence could sway people across Korea, China, and America, particularly within the Gangnam Club scene. His ultimate goal is to establish the largest nightclub in Gangnam. However, realizing this vision required substantial investment. In December 2017, Seungri orchestrated an extravagant birthday celebration on a private island in the Philippines. Here, he entertained numerous wealthy individuals whom he sought as potential investors for his ambitious venture. Among the attendees were a dozen young women from South Korea he took to a resort in Palawan, strategically chosen to charm and impress the prospective financiers. Seungri's strategic networking paid off handsomely, as he secured substantial investments that facilitated the opening of Burning Sun, the pinnacle of Gangnam nightlife. Burning Sun, nestled within the prestigious Le Méridien Hotel in Gangnam, quickly became South Korea's most renowned nightclub. With Seungri at the helm as CEO and DJ, the club drew crowds of eager female guests, along with male patrons willing to pay excessive sums for exclusive VIP experiences, with packages fetching up to $93,000 per night. But, behind the glitz and glamour of the main room lurked a dark secret. Deep within the club's confines lay a secret room, concealed from public view. Former employees, known as MDs or merchandisers, revealed to the BBC the shameful reality of their duties. Tasked with ensuring a steady supply of women to cater to VIP clientele, these MDs engaged in illegal activities to attract male customers, including photographing unconscious women and facilitating their exploitation by VIPs.
아니면 술에 취해 놀고 있는 여성분들 사진을 몰래 찍어서 남자 VIP한테 보내주는 경우가 종종 있었습니다.
Unbeknownst to the girls visiting the club, the moment they set foot in the Burning Sun Club, they are unwittingly seen as sacrificial offerings to help Seungri and his investors attract more male customers. More disturbingly, wealthy and influential patrons, referred to as VVIPs, reportedly paid thousands to have unsuspecting women drugged and delivered to them. Random women out for a night of fun are handpicked by MDs to be delivered to VVIPs, leaving the girls unaware of the potential horrors these sick perverted individuals may force upon them once they have them. One club goer told the BBC the predatory nature of these individuals, likening them to hunters seeking prey. Dispatch has obtained the internal organizational chart of Burning Sun, which includes the names of executives such as CEO, President, Director, and VIP info. Among these, the name of Director, Jang XX, who is embroiled in the Burning Sun controversy, is also listed. Director Jang XX also manages a party team called Jo XX. Under his leadership, there are several MDs. In this context, MD stands for merchandiser, but their merchandise is actually the guests. When they bring in female guests, they receive 2,000 to 5,000 won per guest from the club. For male guests, they earn about 15 to 20% of the alcohol sales. The club's revenue ultimately depends on the MDs. Their ability to bring in customers directly impacts the club's sales. Therefore, MDs are incentivized to attract more women and entice more men to spend. Former MDs who worked at Burning Sun revealed various methods used to attract customers, including a technique known as home run, which involves bringing intoxicated women into the private rooms. The way directors or MDs generate income is by attracting high-quality guests. They bring attractive female guests to VIP rooms, where implicit sexual harassment, sexual assault, and rape frequently occur. The following is a reconstructed conversation of Burning Sun executives reported by Dispatch. This is how clubs sustain themselves, by supplying attractive female guests, and ensuring female guests are heavily intoxicated. To them, women are merely commodities. Is this solely an MD issue? Not really. It has been confirmed that Burning Sun executives tacitly approved these corrupt practices. Orders are given in the group chat, and reports are received there. Burning Sun employees are connected through numerous group chats. There is a group chat with the CEO, president, and directors. A group chat with directors and MDs. A group chat with MDs, the party team, and guards, and separate group chats for executives, teams, and staff, all exchanging information via KakaoTalk. They share everything happening in the club in real time, including secretly filming the guests, evaluating if the female guests are suitable for their male patrons, and harassment of women. Orders and reports are also given and received in these chats. Dispatch has verified the existence of a video showing sexual activity in a VIP room at Burning Sun. While it remains unclear if this was a case of non-consensual acts, it is certain that club employees secretly filmed and shared the video. An employee from Burning Sun also mentioned the use of mulpong, the Korean term for GHB, a date rape drug.
버닝썬에서 물뽕을 먹고 이제 정신이 나간 여자애들 본 횟수는 거의 매일 봤죠.
If a VIP hits a home run, they are likely to return. Therefore, some MDs secretly give them mulpong. Female guests can lose consciousness instantly, leading to potential sex crimes. The Burning Sun management is aware of these practices. This was evident from the conversations led by club's executives we previously showed. A former guard provided evidence from another group chat. In the chat, Guard A reported to CEO Lee Moon-ho, "I resolved the main bar incident involving harassment. The police came and managed the situation well." This further illustrates the deeply ingrained culture of complicity and cover-ups within the club's management and staff. Every club, including Burning Sun, feared the presence of minors the most. A Burning Sun employee said, "Minors can be fatal to a club's operation. The first violation results in a 2-month suspension of business, the second in a 3-month suspension, and the third leads to the cancellation of the business license or closure of the establishment." Sexual assault? It can be blamed on the guest. Drugs? It can also be blamed on the guest. But allowing minors in is different. The club is held fully responsible. This is the main reason we need to maintain good relations with the police, to handle minor reports. Conversations about illegal activities among Burning Sun operators have been revealed. This scenario is called high pass, meaning allowing entry without checking IDs. While ID issues don't necessarily mean admitting minors, it implies that minors can enter if they have the right connections. A former Burning Sun employee reported an incident involving a minor at the club. According to an anonymous source, Burning Sun was reported for allowing a minor to enter in year 2018. Police officers from the Yeoksum district station were dispatched to assess the situation. However, the police reportedly did not enter the club. The source stated, The police arrived. One female officer and two male officers came, but they did not search for minors and just left from the entrance. A high-ranking club executive came out and dealt with the police. They claimed it was a false report from a competing business and assured the police that thorough ID checks were conducted, sending them away. I couldn't help but be impressed. Despite this incident, Burning Sun did not face administrative penalties. However, entry for minors is not impossible. Statements from the operators, such as this one, indicate a remarkably lax attitude towards ID verification. Amidst the scandal, multiple victims came forward, accusing K-pop celebrities of gang rape. While some of the criminals faced punishment, the victims encountered significant challenges in seeking justice. The victims were drugged with GHB before being taken into alleyways, club backrooms, or even hotels and raped by one or more men. According to doctors, GHB disappears from a person's system after a few hours, making it difficult for women to prove they had been raped, leaving victims vulnerable and criminals confident. Moreover, investigations uncovered collusion between VIP guests and nightclub staff to drug and exploit victims, highlighting the widespread culture of abuse within Burning Sun. The Burning Sun scandal first made its headlines when MBC, a local broadcaster in South Korea, reported an assault case in Gangnam in January 2019. They revealed that a man named Kim Sang-kyo attended a party at the Burning Sun Club 2 months earlier in November 2018. Kim informed the staff that he saw a girl being sexually harassed, but instead of helping, they dragged him outside the club and beat him up. Shockingly, when he called the police, they handcuffed him instead. This incident led to the exposure of various other shocking incidents, including a Molka case filmed inside Burning Sun, known as the Red Bathroom Video, which went viral on pornographic sites. After days of this incident, Burning Sun ceased its operations, and Seungri even apologized to his fans at his solo concert.
저의 불찰로 이뤄졌던 모든 일들로 인해서 많은 팬분들과 많은 분들 걱정하시고 실망하시고 심려를 끼쳐드리기 위해 다시 한번 죄송하다는 말씀 드리고 싶고요. 사실 좀 솔직하게 말씀드리면 작년에 이제 제가 이제 사업도 하고 뭐도 한다 그러면서 방송에서 비춰진 모습들도 있고 그러면서 이제 비춰진 발동도 있고 승칩이라고 많은 분들이 좀 이렇게 불러주고 했는데 좀 겸손하지 못했던 것 같습니다.
Following these events, Kang Kyung-yoon published her exposé, prompting Seungri to voluntarily appear at the police station for questioning. Putting her special report together was challenging for Kang, as certain crucial elements were missing, particularly the identity of the police prosecutor general. However, Koo Hara's unexpected assistance proved invaluable. Koo Hara, who had been close to Choi Jong-hoon since debut and was in contact with Seungri and Joon-Young at the time, provided Kang with extremely important details. Koo Hara persuaded Choi to cooperate and disclose everything he knew. Through Koo Hara's intervention, Choi Jong-hoon disclosed significant information, including the involvement of a real senior police officer, aka the police prosecutor general, who had worked at the presidential residence. Koo Hara was a South Korean singer and actress. She was a member of the K-pop girl group, Kara, and became a soloist after their group disbanded. Her solo career was interrupted in 2018, after she became embroiled in a legal case with her ex-boyfriend, Choi Jong-hoon, which was initiated when he assaulted Koo Hara and threatened to release their sex video to harm her career. And in 2019, before her death, Koo Hara volunteered to gain information for Kang's investigation into the Burning Sun sex crimes. She was integral in revealing the identity of a corrupt police officer. Numerous victims came forward following the reporting and subsequent investigations of the Burning Sun scandal. Miss Lee, one of the victims of the Burning Sun scandal, shared her harrowing experience in interviews with MBC Straight and the BBC network. Miss Lee visited Burning Sun on December 15, 2018. She mentioned that she can usually handle 3 bottles of soju without issue, but she lost consciousness after drinking 3 to 4 shots of whiskey, given to her by Seungri's Thai business partner, Mr. Bob. She stated, "I went to the toilet with my friend and said, I feel weird today, I'm getting drunk really quickly. I think I shouldn't drink anymore." Then we came back to our seats. The next thing she remembers is waking up in a hotel room with the man who had given her drinks at the club. She recounted the horrifying details of the trauma she endured at Burning Sun. As soon as she woke up, Mr. Bob immediately tried to assault her. When she resisted, he grabbed her neck and repeatedly slammed her head into the bed. Terrified, she began screaming and crying. He then told her to be quiet and relax. After raping her, Mr. Bob claimed he would only let her go if she took a photo with him smiling. Fearing for her life, she complied.
버닝썬을 갔을 때는 저희는 아예 애초에 저희 여자들끼리 해서 테이블을 잡고 놀고 그렇게 했었어요. 그때 술을 한두 잔 마셨을 때였나? 그 동생이랑 제가 화장실을 갔는데 나 오늘 이상한 것 같아. 되게 빨리 취하는 느낌이야. 나 앞으로 술 먹으면 안 될 것 같아 라고 얘기를 해서 동생이 알겠다고 했어요. 그러고서 자리로 돌아왔는데 갑자기 어느 순간 제가 정신을 차려보니까 그냥 침대 위였어요. 그 사람이 갑자기 저한테 이제 달려들어서 강제로 이제 옷을 벗기고 제가 이제 소리 지르려고 하고 하니까 입을 틀어막고 이제 저는 뭘 당하지 않으려고 이제 몸을 계속 일으키게 되잖아요. 일으키는 과정에서도 계속 위에서 그냥 위에 앉아서 절 그냥 짓누르고 있었어요. 근데 소리를 지르니까 입을 계속 양손으로 틀어막고 위에서 거의 진짜 무슨 심폐소생술 하듯이 막 짓누르니까 숨도 못 쉬겠고 입도 너무 아프고 근데 위에서 깔고 앉아있으니까 막 갈비뼈 있는데도 그냥 너무 아프고 근데 힘으로 아무리 발버둥 쳐도 되진 않더라고요. 그래서 그냥 포기하고 있었어요. 그냥 저를 죽일 것 같았어요. 그때 제가 그렇게 고통스러워하는데도 자기가 멈추지 않고 계속 하려는 행위를 하려고 했던 사람이니까 무섭더라고요. 그래서 포기하고 그냥 누워 있었어요. 그러고서 그 일을 당하고 속이 너무 안 좋은 거예요. 속이 너무 안 좋아서 옆에 있는 쓰레기통을 끌어와서 토를 했어요. 토를 하고 바닥으로 내려와서 무릎 꿇고 빌었어요. 집에 보내달라고. 그 엄마가 너무 보고 싶다고 집에 보내달라고 계속 울면서 빌었어요. 가겠다고 하니까 사진을 찍으면 보내주겠대요. 웃으라고 하는데 웃음이 안 나오고 얼굴을 가리고 싶잖아요. 얼굴을 그냥 못 가리게 하니까 그냥 V를 했고 그러고서 그냥 저는 급하게 나오게 됐어요. 근데 사실 그때도 잘 기억이 흐릿해요.
Although she reported the rape to the police, the man claimed they had consensual sex and used the photo as evidence. Unfortunately, he was allowed to leave South Korea. However, in her interview with MBC, Miss Lee revealed that she believes the entire night was connected to YG Entertainment and Seungri, because one of the men with Mr. Bob that night was a director from YGX, a subsidiary of YG Entertainment run by Seungri. She suspects this director provided the drug GHB to Mr. Bob and facilitated the subsequent events. When the news reached Mr. Bob in Thailand, he went on local news to deny any connections to Seungri, claiming he didn't know Seungri at all. Another witness from that day stated that Wong Hana, Park Yoo-chun's ex-fiancée who confessed to using and soliciting meth, and a DJ managed by Seungri, were also with the group. Both MBC and Miss Lee assert that the multiple connections to Seungri are too intertwined to be a coincidence. Following the release of the documentary, influencer Ling Cheng shared her shocking experience at the Burning Sun Club. Her post was captioned, "The distance between me and date drugs." In her post, Cheng explained that after the BBC documentary gained attention, she remembered her own experience at the club in 2018. During a trip to Korea, she attended the club while Seungri was the DJ. While drug use wasn't uncommon, she felt its impact when she blacked out after drinking a glass of champagne. Cheng then shared that after this experience, she and her boyfriend left the club. Although she was conscious when they left, her sudden intoxication after so little alcohol made her suspect she had been drugged. By sharing her story, she hoped to raise awareness and caution women about the dangers of going to clubs in Korea. At the end of her post, Cheng mentioned considering creating more content to raise awareness about such dangers. Along with her story, Cheng shared photos from her time at the club. The images depicted the club's large crowds and vibrant atmosphere, highlighting the venue's popularity. Kim Sang-kyo filed the original assault case at Burning Sun, which triggered widespread media attention and investigations into Gangnam clubs. He claimed he saw a woman being sexually harassed and sought help from a security guard. Instead, he was beaten by Mr. Jang and other security personnel. He was also beaten by police upon their arrival, and was arrested and beaten again at the police station. Following the incident, Kim wrote about it on Bobadream, an online community, and sent a petition to the Blue House. He later requested anyone harmed at Burning Sun to contact him through Instagram, where he posted multiple stories of victims sharing their experiences of being sexually assaulted and drugged with GHB. Senior SMPA police official Yoon Gyu-eun, also known as the police prosecutor general, was fined 20 million won, for ordering officials to destroy evidence and accepting bribes related to the Burning Sun case. He's already clear of charges. Joon-Young was sentenced to 6 years in prison for raping a woman and distributing a video of the act. His sentence was later reduced to 5 years, and he was released in March 2024. On May 22, 2024, Exports News reported that the disgraced singer has been meeting with producers, expressing his desire to return to the entertainment industry as a behind-the-scenes producer, despite being aware of the public's negative perception of him. He has personally contacted producers and offered to work with them. Choi Jong-hoon was sentenced to 5 years in prison for participating in gang rape, which was reduced to 2 years and 6 months. He was released in November 2021. In January 2024, Choi Jong-hoon joined the Japanese platform Fanicon, a Japanese community platform that allows fans to engage with their favorite celebrities, for the cost of 5,000 won. He expressed his desire for fans to support his future activities. In 2021, Seungri was sentenced to 3 years in prison for 9 charges, including prostitution, prostitution mediation, embezzlement, violating food safety laws, habitual gambling, and violating the foreign exchange law. However, His sentence was reduced to 1 year and 6 months, and he was released from prison in February 2023. Since his release, Seungri has been spotted in various locations, including clubs in South Korea, dining in Kuala Lumpur, and having drinks with an Indonesian influencer in October 2023. In January 2024, Seungri hosted a fan meeting in Cambodia, which fans described as a birthday event. The gathering took place at Prince Brewing, a craft beer brewery with a lounge. During the event, he promised fans that he would bring Big Bang's G-Dragon to Cambodia. Other idols involved such as ex-Highlights Joon-Young and former CN Blues Lee Jong-hoon did not face charges for their involvement, but departed from their groups and entered hiatuses. Joon-Young was not charged but admitted knowing that Joon-Young took illegal videos, saying he did not consider it a big deal. He resumed activities in November 2022, and was recently put back into the spotlight after he and Yoona revealed they were dating.